Boom. All right, what's going on, you guys? It's Royce Jacob. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we are going to be focusing specifically on Marathon Digital holding stock and or ticker symbol MARA. If you guys have been tuned into the channel lately, then you would know that MARA is currently my single favorite Bitcoin mining stock in the market. It's actually one of my favorite stocks in the entire market right now, if I'm being completely honest. But it's been a while since we've done a deep dive on this company, so I'm excited to do exactly that today. Let's just get straight into it. As always, we'll quickly go over each topic we're going to be discussing, and then we'll dive into each one individually. To kick it off, we will go over this write-up that I made for you guys, just giving you guys some of my general thoughts around MARA. This write-up consists of course, what is MARA? Because when you're thinking about investing in a company, it's very, very important to understand what that company does. So we'll kick off the video with a very brief description of what Marathon Digital Holdings does as a company. We'll then move on to why I like MARA. So this is a quick summary of why I'm personally bullish on this company from a fundamental perspective. We'll then go into market cap. I'll explain to you guys a little later in the video once we dive into the charts, once that's important. And then, of course, the most exciting part of the video, the price targets. MARA is currently sitting at $48. I've been saying this, you guys. Although MARA has ripped up so much over the past few months, I still think there's significant upside ahead. So currently, MARA is sitting just under $50. Just broke a new all-time high earlier this week. Very, very exciting there. Short-term price target, if Bitcoin continues to perform the way I believe it will, is going to be $75. And then long term is easy triple digits, okay? So these price targets, of course, will make more sense as we dive into the charts in the back, and I can rationalize them. So behind us is TradingView, where we'll talk technicals, price action on price targets, of course, on Marathon Digital. We will talk about kind of short term. I'll let you guys know what I think is going to play out over the coming days, weeks, and then into months as we move forward. But we will both be focusing more, on the medium term. So over the course of April, how I think MARA is going to perform on the charts, especially considering I think Bitcoin is well on its way to new all-time highs, okay? So we will dive into the charts, but we're actually going to save that for last, guys. As you guys know, when I make these analysis videos, I really do like to focus on the fundamentals first and then close it out with the technicals, okay? So we will take a look at Marathon Digital Holdings website, go over their website. It's been a long time since we've been on this website. It needs a revamp in all honesty, but we'll get to that critique as we dive into the website. We'll go over a few of the basics here. Just get a little more specific of an idea of what Marathon does in its own words. So we'll go to the learn more. We'll talk about how they define themselves. Go to the investor tabs. Go to the news, because the press release is actually something I really like to look at when it comes to analyzing a company, especially on their website. How's their press releases? How consistent are they? So we'll look at a few things here. Not spend too much time here. As always, guys, go to the website for yourself. Do your own due diligence. Do your own research, and dig as much as you want. But today we are just going to be digging. Not super deep, but pretty surface level digging. So we will look over some of the basics, and then the most important thing that I actually want to look over with you guys is going to be Marathon reports fourth quarter and fiscal year 2020 results. So this is an earnings call that they just announced a few weeks ago on March 16th. This goes over all of their latest updates. So year-over-year performance and whatnot, and just financial metrics, because they did have a very good earnings call, and I was very impressed with their earnings call. And again, if you guys have been following along, even just since we started covering MARA a year ago, they've been scaling their operations so well. They're accumulating more mining machines. They're scaling out they're creating new facilities. They're doing new things. They're expanding their horizons. And with such a young company like Marathon Digital, that's exactly what you want them to do, okay? So we will read over some highlights here, just catch up on what the company's doing from a financial and more specific perspective. And this, in my opinion, is probably the single most important thing we can look at on the website. So we will spend the most of the time on that. All right. After that, of course, again, after establishing the fundamentals, we will dive back into the charts. But before we do any of it, I will ask you guys to please give the video a like if you do go on to gain value from it today. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, want to catch more content like this, and please check out my complete portfolio daily newsletter. First link down in the description. That's $15 a month. If you want a complete breakdown of my entire portfolio, all call options, put options, stock positions, crypto positions, want to know exactly how I'm personally trading MARA, what my positions are, my position sizings, and not only MARA, but every other crypto stock that we talk about here on the channel as well. So again, $15 a month really means a lot if you guys check that out. Of course, I do send out the email newsletter as well, rationalizing my trades, explaining to you guys why I'm trading what I'm trading. So it means a lot if you check it out. But as always, if not, no worries. I appreciate you watching right now. So again, we will get into the charts at the end. I honestly just like this kind of as a backdrop for this. Okay, so Marathon Digital, or MARA, the gem that is MARA. What is MARA? Marathon Digital Holdings is simply a Bitcoin mining company. I like simplicity. Focus on something and work to be the best at it. So once we dive into the website, this will make a little more sense as to why I simply explained it. because this is how they explain themselves too. But Marathon Digital, they're a Bitcoin mining company. So they mine Bitcoin, they validate the blockchain in exchange for Bitcoin. So Marathon Digital is paid in Bitcoin. On top of that, they also have a lot of Bitcoin on their balance sheet, which is very, very bullish as well. Why I personally like Mara. Over the past year, Mara has made an extraordinary amount of progress in regard to scaling both their operations and their balance sheet. With Bitcoin on the verge of achieving new all-time highs and Mara surpassing its previous all-time high earlier this week, I believe all the stars are aligning for this company and stock. I could not be more bullish on Mara at this moment in time. So again, you guys, there's so many stars aligning. The fundamentals are all there for Bitcoin. You guys know the PayPal, the Visa news that just recently dropped on Bitcoin, institutional adoption, all that good stuff. So if the stars are aligning for Bitcoin, they got to be aligning for a Bitcoin mining stock, someone that's paid in Bitcoin, someone that has Bitcoin on their balance sheet, and a significant amount of Bitcoin on their balance sheet is at that. You think the stars would be aligning for that asset as well, and the technicals are great, you guys, okay? So again, we'll get into these price targets and the market cap once I dive into the charts. I just wanted to give you guys a little heads up right off the bat to have an idea of how bullish I am on the stock from a price action perspective, okay? So we'll minimize that. Again, let's quickly go over their website, a digital asset company. So first of all, Marathon Digital really needs to upgrade their website. This is the exact same website. They don't even have this little thing up here. I'm sorry, I can't, like favicon. That's what it's called, a favicon. They don't have their favicon updated. This is their old logo. So guys, if anyone from Marathon Digital, if anyone from Mara happens to be watching, go contract the guys who just redesigned Riot Blockchain's website and have them make yours, because Riot's website is honestly way, way sicker. And we will do a Riot solo analysis video next week. All right, so stay tuned for that. But Marathon Digital, your website for sure needs an overhaul. This website is, in all honesty, trash. Let's go to, I'm sorry, I mean, a little blunt, but it's pretty bad. Like, this is a very janky website, you guys. This is like, come on. You're a multi-billion-dollar company. Get a better website. Overview. Marathon is a digital asset technology company that mines cryptocurrencies with a focus on the blockchain ecosystem and the generation of digital assets. We currently operate a proprietary data center in Hardin, MT, with a maximum power capacity of 105 megawatts. The company also owns 2,060 advanced ASIC Bitcoin miners at a hosted co-facility in North Dakota. Once fully deployed, the company's mining fleet will consist of more than 103,000 miners capable of producing 10.36 exahashes. I believe that's exahashes. Please correct me if I'm wrong on that. Moving on. Actually, no, we'll go over here. We'll go to press releases. And again, the important thing about press releases, in my opinion, is that it just shows consistency. So March 30th, that's a correction, so you kind of have to discount that. March 18th, March 16th, March 12th. So just the amount of things that have happened in 2021 in this year is very, very exciting. I love seeing these ones. Bitmain ships 4,000 Antminer S19 Pro ASIC miners to Marathon Patent Group. And again, you guys, that's the big thing when it comes to Mara, Riot, all the other Bitcoin mining stocks we talk about on this channel. The most important thing is expanding their fleet of miners, okay? The more mining power you have, the more Bitcoin you can mine, and therefore the more you ultimately get paid, all right? So more miners equals very, very good. So that's that, you guys. Again, the most important thing here is going to be to go over this. As I said, check out the website for yourself, do more digging, go check out the team, go check out the investor tab, do some deep digging if you really want to go long on this company. But again, we're just focusing on what I feel like is probably the most important things, and that's going to be this financial, the fourth quarter 2020 results. So again, fourth quarter 2020 recent highlights. Purchased 90,000 of the industry's most efficient Bitcoin miners during the fourth quarter, increasing the company's mining fleet to approximately 103,120 miners capable of producing 10.37 exahash per second by the first quarter of 2022. So again, you guys, this takes time, and although they have these miners ordered, they're on their way. This Bitmain can only pump them out as fast as they physically can. Okay, so it takes some time. All right. 2, initiated construction of mining facility adjacent to Beowulf Energy Plant in Hardin, MT, supplying Marathon long-term access to electricity at 2.8 cents kilowatt per hour. I believe that means. Again, you guys, please correct me on all this if I'm wrong. Almost shouldn't even try to say that. As of March 15th, 2021, installed 3,697 S19 ASIC miners at the mining facility, Hardin MT, increasing Marathon's current active mining fleet to 5,690 miners, with an additional 6,641 already delivered from Bitmain in the process of being installed. I hate reading like numbers like this, you guys, so I apologize for stumbling over these. Formed the Digital Currency Miners of North America, DCMNA, a US-based nonprofit aimed at improving the mining environment for North American miners. As of December 31st, 2020, the company had $216.1 million in cash and equivalents and total liabilities of $1.5 billion. $216 million in cash and cash equivalents is very, very strong. That's the numbers I like to see: a strong balance sheet, strong cash on hand. As of December 31st, 2020, the company generated and held over $2.3 million in Bitcoin as digital currencies. And keep in mind, you guys, all these numbers are significantly greater because Bitcoin is at a significantly higher price point right now. Okay, so that's very important to keep in mind as well. As of March 15th, 2021, the company had $219 million in cash and cash equivalents. As of March 15th, 2021, the company generated and held over 254 Bitcoin, each of which had a market price of approximately $56,000. As a result, the approximate value of Marathon's Bitcoins held as digital currencies was over $14 million. Subsequent to year end, purchased 4,812 Bitcoin for $150 million, an average purchase price of 31K per BTC. That's pretty much already doubled at this point. So great investment there. Again, you guys, that's why it's so strong for a publicly traded company to have Bitcoin on their balance sheet, because like Tesla's the perfect example. Once Tesla got Bitcoin on their balance sheet, at this point, their Bitcoin has generated more profits than all of their car sales for the past year. Okay, so that's a crazy stat, but it's true. So keep that in mind. That's the power of having Bitcoin on your balance sheet. Establishing the company as one of the only pure play Bitcoin investment options. As of March 15, 2021, the company's $150 million investment in Bitcoin has a fair market value of approximately $270 million, a gain of approximately 81%. It's a great investment right there. And it's even more than that now because Bitcoin is, again, approaching new all-time highs. Rebranded to Marathon Digital Holdings, reflecting the company's position as a leading digital asset technology company. Great move. Marathon Patent Group made no sense for what you guys are. And I like the name. It's still taking me some time to get used to, so that's why I pause sometimes. But Marathon Digital Holdings definitely sounds better than Marathon Patent Group. Strengthened management team with the appointments of Simon Salzman to Chief Financial Officer and Kevin A. D'Annunzio to Board of Directors. And then just a quick quote from their CEO here just to close this out. 2020 was a momentous year for our business as it marked the beginning of our transition into one of the largest and most efficient Bitcoin miners in North America. This is Marek Okamoto, Marathon's chairman and CEO. So again, you guys, they are making progress. Their balance sheet is strong. The Bitcoin they have on their balance sheet is obviously going to keep appreciating if Bitcoin does. And because they're getting more miners, they're going to mine more Bitcoin and hold more of that Bitcoin as well. So all good stuff here. Obviously, the fundamental stars are aligning. Let's close it out with some of the technical stars. So very, very simple technical analysis here, you guys. Mara is in breakout mode. Mara is officially broken out of the downtrend since its high back in mid-February. Since then, it has been going sideways, kind of printing this very large wedge pattern. It's kind of symmetrical wedge. And as you guys know, I've been saying this, and I'll keep saying it for those of you who may be new around here. Symmetrical wedges will almost always, obviously not always, but again, that's TA. You're weighing the odds, okay? So the majority of the time, symmetrical wedges will resolve themselves in the direction of the overall trend. So Mara, considering it's obviously in an overall uptrend, there's no debating that this symmetrical wedge did resolve itself to the upside. Another very important factor here is that Mara broke out of short-term resistance on the downtrend. Okay, so again, since the correction that began in mid-February, been going sideways, really, really volatile. Mara officially broke out just on the 30th of March. So actually the 31st of March, I'm sorry. So just yesterday, as I'm recording this, happy April Fool's Day, guys. Mara is no joke though. This is a real deal. Mara did officially break out from a technical perspective. It set a new all-time high. Unfortunately didn't close the day or the week above its previous high. That doesn't matter. It actually closed the day above where this high closed, which is bullish. But it broke it. Everyone knows it broke it. It seems very, very evident to me, especially considering I do see a $75,000 to $80,000 Bitcoin on the horizon, maybe over the course of this weekend. To be completely honest, you guys know I'm an optimist, but the charts are just looking so good from every angle. Okay. So I do think Mara, say we hit it by the end of next week. That is my price target. Is going to be April 9th. If we hit this trend line, the line of resistance on this overall uptrend beginning way back here, it's almost no one can dispute the fact that this trend line is in play right now. Again, first touch point here way back in November. You get this touch point here after the first big rally in early January. The second high here. That set Mara's high prior to the correction that we're at right now. And then now we set that new all-time high. New all-time highs, you guys, obviously triggers very, very hyper bullish sentiment amongst investors. And no one can dispute the bullishness of this chart. This is such if this doesn't play out, if this doesn't test this line of resistance at least some point over the, like when this happens, I don't know, guys. But I do think that it's very, very likely that this plays out and we do ultimately test the line of resistance on the overall uptrend at some point. If we hit at the end of next week, next trading week, at the time of recording, once again, it's April 1st, is it going to be April 9th? That'll take us to a $77 Marathon Digital. If we hit it, let's just expand this out. If we hit it April 30th all the way to the end of the month, that would take us to a $88 Marathon Digital holdings. And keep in mind, you guys, every time we talk about price targets here, it's always dependent on when this stock chooses to test the overall line of resistance. So it could happen at some point this month. As I always tell you guys, go draw these lines on your TradingView account for yourself. Keep an eye on them for yourself. It's very easy. If I can do it, you can definitely do it. So do that, and yeah, get ready, because I think I think the month of April, I think this next week, this next month is going to be very, very exciting. And if we break this, if we break this line of resistance right here, I don't even know what's going to happen. But you know what? I'll cover it if it does, and we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So you guys down below, please let me know if you're bullish on Marathon Digital, what your favorite Bitcoin mining stock is, and if you're bullish on Bitcoin and the entire space as well. So always love talking to you guys about literally whatever you want. Talk shop, love learning from you guys. So I'll catch you downstairs in the comments. And until next time, always remember, take action, make waves. Peace.